So where was you when the news broke? Because I want to
Mate, we were live.
No,
We were live.
You were live when the news broke?
We were live. I
Oh.
can remember it. I can remember.
Oh, okay.
We were live. We were live. I can remember the game. Liverpool, Tottenham.
Yeah.
Liverpool, Tottenham, and Salah. I think it finished 2-0 to Liverpool, Salah. Somebody will do the digging here. Right?
Yeah.
But we were live. And there were noises.
Yeah.
You know when you're live, it's an amazing thing, isn't
The
it?
chat.
Now? Well, people are on their phones.
Yeah.
So it's amazing. Like people just now, and I do it. I'm terrible for it.
Yeah.
But the phone culture has become so ingrained that we can be live. Like it wouldn't be mental for me now to just have a look at my phone. Whereas I would never do that.
Yeah,
but that's
yeah.
kind of what people
That's
do.
what it's become. Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, we were live, and I think what I'm not going to do here, I find it quite unedifying when kind of YouTubers talk about each other.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do that. You know, there's been lots of. What I will say to you is the story that seems to be prevalent, which is primarily, and I'm only going to talk about myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the story that is prevalent effectively labels me a rat, and I'm only talking about me.
Yeah.
That story doesn't really tell the full story. That's kind of all I'd really like to say publicly, because we know when, I think it's very unedifying when all of this happens.
Yeah.
We all talk about it.
Yeah.
But in terms of the story, we can talk about because that's out there.
Yeah.
The ins and outs, out of respect, I'll extend a courtesy to everybody involved and not tell their story, and equally respect that they may not want their story told.
Yeah.
But what I will tell you is what you already know, or what was, yeah, mate, we were live.
Yeah.
We were live, Liverpool playing Tottenham. Liverpool won the game. It's crazy how you can remember. You know, if you asked me who Liverpool played last week,
Yeah. You don't know.
Yeah. Liverpool beat Tottenham, and there were noises. There were noises. The phones were alive. The comments were active. But you have to remember that at the time, the presence of the characters, the presence of the show, had an element of indestructibility.
Yeah.
It had an element.
Untouchables.
Yeah, it did have that. It did. I didn't have that. I've always suffered from major imposter syndrome. Like genuinely. Like
Really?
even now, when I walked in, I was like, mate, you sure you want me here?
Yeah, I remember
Like,
you saying,
I
yeah,
phoned
you
you
sure
yesterday, didn't I?
you sure you want me on the pod?
I was like, mate,
of
I've just
course.
watched Troops' episode. It was amazing. I'm not going to give you that. I don't have it in me. But I never had that untouchable thing, primarily because I'd proven in my life to not be untouchable. I'd failed a lot, which was all developmental, but I didn't feel untouchable. But the show did. But the noises were gathering, the momentum was gathering. We were live, show ended, everybody kind of went home. By this point, I'd moved out of London. Yeah, I'd moved, mate. This is the amazing thing about YouTube.
Yeah.
Within 1 year, we won't again,
Do the
unedified to do
mathematics and
numbers,
what,
right?
Yeah.
But in 1 year, I'd gone from, I don't know where we're going to live, to let us buy the house that we want to live in.
Yeah.
Nice, not mental.
With discipline and, saving, but yeah.
But,
it's brilliant.
so I've got to commute home now. I'm not around the corner anymore.
Yeah.
I'm on social media and I'm thinking, Jesus Christ.
It's getting out of hand.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's getting,
Yeah. And I think within 24 hours of that, so I'm at Marylebone Station at, 8 o'clock that night. I'd say within 24 hours of that moment, it was over.
Did you feel like sick to your stomach, or because at that point you're picking between a bit of loyalty maybe because the platform that was provided and how important it was to your career and but also morality as well. And I don't know, like that feeling of cancel culture and the kind of just pit, the feeling of that pit in your bottom of your stomach.
Nobody really knew what to do.
Yeah.
Nobody really knew what was happening. But I think it felt salvageable. I don't think anybody... That was the last episode that was ever filmed. That was the last episode I was ever on. Yeah. I don't think at that point...
It felt like that.
There was obviously the attempt of redemption. There was can you remember there was an apology video?
Yeah. And I know that didn't land
felt less
well at all. That first one, yeah. And
then
that
I think
makes
Lawrence
it 10 times harder, doesn't it?
I think Lawrence has spoken about that.
Yeah.
I think Lawrence was involved in the apology. He was the other guy in the video.
Yeah.
Lawrence has made his feelings clear on that, so I can't really shed any light.
Yeah.
But the apology video, I think by everyone's admission, probably guaranteed the end of the show.
Yeah.
As
Sunk
we
the
knew
ship.
It.
Yeah.
As we knew it.
Yeah.
And honestly, Matisse, it was then over. It was like we had shows booked. It was just over.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my God, it's actually now completely gone. And it was just before the World Cup. It was because I remember going out to the World Cup. I went to Qatar. Amazing place. Did you go?
I've never been. No.
Unbelievable. I'm desperate to go.
Really,
It's unbelievable. Brilliant. Best World Cup. I've done a lot of World Cups. Best World Cup I've ever done.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was in Qatar and basically that was the topic of conversation. You can imagine, can't you?
Yeah.
Lots of people are out there. Lots of people
course.
were. It was just the topic of conversation. And I didn't really know what to say.
Yeah.
But here's what I will tell you. There seems to be this misnomer that's put forward, and it's a very malicious one, to say that the club existed prior to the ending.
Like it was pre-planned.
It's a theory that's
maliciously.
Put forward. It's a theory that's put forward, and it's completely inaccurate. I give you my word, it is completely inaccurate. Of course, when we were all part of this behemoth show, we weren't trying to create. It felt untouchable.
Yeah.
As if any of us would have been trying to create a splinter show. Whilst we're on the biggest show, it would be crazy.
Doing the numbers that you were doing with the
as
potential and the rise.
Yeah, as if. It just didn't happen.
Yeah.
But that theory has been put forward, and it's a damaging theory because it really paints me in the most negative light possible. Because it suggests that what the suggestion is that I was going into Chalk Farm every week whilst having these plotting sessions.
Yeah.
Like me and Adam McCullough are having these clandestine little chats. What, in the corridor at the kickoff? What, like, it just didn't happen. It really didn't.
Yeah.
And I found that was put forward. That was put forward on a show. And as you know, I didn't reply. Don't get involved. I'm never going to talk on social media or in the comments.
Yeah.
But that I guess kind of hurt because not hurt. I'm not emotional, right? It didn't hurt. It hurt the way people saw me.
Yeah.
Because it's basically the worst thing that we could have done. And the facts are we didn't.
Yeah.
Like I give you my word, we didn't.
Yeah.
And you can speak to Boovie
people trying to
independently.
chip at your character basically, and
Yeah. It's saying that we thought about it beforehand, and that just isn't true. The truth is, we thought about it very quickly after,
because you
and by very quickly, by the way, I mean post World Cup.
Yeah.
So I mean within a month, not within a day.
Yeah.
I'd say by the January we'd really thought about it. The turn of the year.
Yeah.
Because what were we supposed to do?
You need to replace your income that you've just lost.
What were we supposed to do? The show's over.
That was no fault of your own.
The show was over.
You needed to replace the income that you lost.
The show was over. But the story as to why it was over. Like, people go, I wonder what the real story is. You know the real story.
Yeah.
The story is what you know. Whatever, if I would say to you, so you'd say to me, Rory, what happened?
Yeah.
And I'd tell you.
Yeah.
If I said to you, Matisse, what happened?
Yeah.
You go, oh, no. Okay, what do you think happened? You're right.
Yeah.
What you think happened, the story that is public,
is exactly
you
what
saw a live
happened.
stream, you saw the story. That is it.
Yeah.
Like nothing major happened behind the scenes. That's just the story.
Yeah.
Then when it was clear that it was over, a conversation was had that involved me, Adam, Elliot, and Boovie. We enjoyed doing live streams. We had something going, and we wanted
Chemistry.
to continue.
Yeah.
So we did.
Yeah.
And that is it. I genuinely don't think that there was any betrayal.
No.
I genuinely don't.
No malicious intent.
People seem to no, certainly no malicious intent. But what seems to be forgotten when people try and present us, Adam, myself, and Boovie, in the most negative of light, when people try and be as snide about us as they can, they seem to ignore why the show ended.
Yeah.
And why we didn't work together anymore.
Yeah.
I stand by that decision.
Yeah.
I stand that level of conversation is always very difficult to rationalize.
Yeah.
So we moved on.
Yeah.
And I've seen Lawrence since.
Oh, I was gonna. Yeah. How's your relationship with Lawrence? Is it?
It's superficially fine.
Okay.
It's superficially fine. We haven't seen each other for a long time. Almost off the back of, I said about a suggestion that we started beforehand.
Yeah.
That we didn't.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that it was said that we did.
Yeah, but I guess it became grey for maybe him that you may have done that.
Yeah, look, I do. You know that I think it's a Mark Goldbridge video. The title of the video is Lawrence is the biggest loser.
Yeah, I watched that interview.
Wait, Lawrence is the biggest loser of the situation, not Lawrence is a loser.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, let's make that clear.
Yeah, Lawrence is the biggest loser of the situation.
Absolutely, yeah.
And yeah, he is.
Yeah,
he is. Well, he was. I think he's doing very well now. And
he's doing very well.
Doing very well. He's very talented. He will do well.
Absolutely.
But he did obviously have a bad, and he's spoken.
Yeah.
A lot.
He couldn't be in the worst position. Yeah, he couldn't be in the worst position because he's out of his control, but he's right alongside it and he's in the thick of it as it's happening. And obviously everybody knows he's the closest to Brian at that current moment. Whereas you guys, obviously there is a friendship there, like you said. Yeah. But again, we bring it back into the real world. People have friends at work. But if that company now collapses through no fault of your own, you do have to go and find a new job.
Lawrence and I were better friends than just work friends, certainly for a time.
Yeah.
Now we're work friends. So we've worked together before.
Yeah.
And I look forward to working with him again.
Oh, that's nice.
But I haven't spoken to, I think we did a lad Bible shoot together.
Yeah.
That's the last time I spoke to him. And I'll probably speak to him again when this goes out, I imagine.
Well, listen, I appreciate the transparency because it's something that a lot of us watched, including myself.
Yeah.
And it's something that obviously we wish that never happened and it could have carried on and flourished and whatnot. And I maybe could have guested on it one day. It was something that I genuinely wanted to be on. I was aspiring to be on as a young creator.
Do you know,
it's a lot of,
Do you know who said that to me once? And he's obviously so big. Thogden. You know Thogden?
Yeah.
He actually said it to me. He was like, my dream was to be on that show.
Yeah. Sit with you guys.
Gosh, I didn't realise. I'm like, obviously Thogden is huge.
Yeah.
I was like, God, I didn't know that it would be that. I didn't think it would be that.
Absolutely.
It was a very kind thing to say from him and from you.
Absolutely. Honestly, it was massive.